Hey people, Intro here, PP3, Megaridicil, or however the hell you say it. On the blue team, whole bunch of Imperial Guard. We've got Deathclaw and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat. Begins with a retinue. Really strong defense and support can also add to this retinue throughout the game. And we have two Inquisitors. This is Space Sorcery and SuperMegaUltraPanda. These are offensive and disruptive heroes with some powerful control. They can get ranged weapons, starting off in melee though. On the red team, Night Stalker with a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero, powerful offense, support and disruption for the Emperor, alongside Malos, Vrykan and a Farseer support hero fighting in melee combat, some powerful buffs and control. This is the same Han Elite scheme recolored, looks like. And rounding off the team's duds and a Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins with a twin link shooter kicking off in the mid with like 2v2 fights. Red team have taken the VP here. There are naturals to the south for blue and to the north for red. Some tactical marines moving mid there, looks like. What do we got? Triple guardians for Malos, double shooters for duds, some sentinels up for the Inquisitors. Oh, she's got shot to death there. Trying to use Hammer of the Witches, I think, on the Kommando. Of course, Kommando just popped Battle Cry, I believe, all those yellow buff circles. Trying to focus down the Sentinel, looks like. Those guardsmen got messed up as well. Inquisitor number 2 runs. Hammer of the Witches on the Farseer. And now a stomp on the Force Commander. He needs to be careful. He's getting very low, this guy. Gonna die, I think. Night Stalker, oh, he timed it. Turns out it was perfectly judged, and they got the Sentinel down. Space Sorcery with some heavy weapon squad now. Down to a single guardsman squad. In fact, 2 guardsmen on the field. That's all it was. Red team pushing up, getting a natural VP off the blues. They haven't come to look for the power though. In fact, they're getting harassed on this side. The Lord General decaps the VP. Now Tax can grab it back with fast capping. Scouts, I don't think they can outshoot a Lord General, so they can't be too aggressive over there. Repairs for this guy. Gen goes up. Now, does Sorcery get more guardsmen here, or is it going to go straight into like Catachans or something? Catachan Devils are on the way for Deathclaw. Yeah, the Sentinel still needs a whole bunch of repairs. Can they revive the Inquisitor on that spot? I think they can, actually. Kind of immediately. Guardians flee. Took a while to move back into the VP, I suppose. Space Sorcery is waiting for stuff. But here comes the cap back on the VPs. These guys don't have their grenades. They need their battle equipment for that. You forgot your stuff, fellas, that are going to get outshot here. Cut that really close, did Malos. The Farseer was... Oh, the Farseer was fighting the Inquisitor over there, I think. With her Doombringer. And she does make it out. Some close calls with these commanders. The Force Commander has got a chain sword and storm shield. Defend against all those las guns, I guess. Contested power here is being taken. Probably going to note it. Here's the revived Inquisitor reviving Inquisitor. And it's the Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme, by the way, for SuperMegaUltraPanda. Lots of Daka from the Orks. A couple of War Banners up. Those things provide passive bonuses. And then you can activate the War Banner to get a longer lasting bonus before you like head into battle and stuff. Sentinel gets the ground pound. Stomps some sluggers and shooters. I don't think the sluggers... Yeah, the sluggers didn't actually get hit by the stomp. They just got hit by the domino knockback. So they didn't get stunned. Which is why they're busy fighting now. Having to flee. Inquisitor runs for her life. Assault squad tried to jump over that weird Eldar thing and get to her. Now they're going to eat a whole bunch of las guns and some heavy bolter fire. And they can't jump again. So they're off the field. Good push though from the red team. Lots of Daka. Farseer gets in. Sentinel's not going to survive. Down it goes. Double heavy weapon squads with heavy bolters on the Farseer's face, and she goes down. Now, where's the Kommando knob? He's back at base. Force Commander maybe could come and revive her. Full gens all round. Is this one full? Yeah. Bunch of Guardians flee. Malos going straight into tier 2, maybe with the Falcon up. Yeah, we got 3 heavy weapon squads on the field for the blue team. If they all become auto cannons, that could be quite nasty. Need to position them well so the assault squad can't get on two of them with 2 jumps. Might be tricky. Those fellas are suppressed. They're too far away to benefit from the defend. So their fire rate's going to be greatly slowed. Force Commander did well there. Disrupted one of those things, but couldn't face down 2 of them. And the Lord General's busy capping. A whole bunch of war banners all being activated, I think. For those Orks, look how speedy they are. All stacks up with their war. So Malos is in tier 2. Nothing was queued up. There's a jump. Gets on the other heavy weapon squad. Gets it off the field. There's one back here. They could jump that, I think. Oh, maybe not. They're off the field now. Maybe that was their second jump, or maybe they just thought they were taking too much damage. Guardians, though, getting a nice angle on those guys. They have their battle equipment also. They can use fleet, a shield, more health, and plasma grenades. It's a pretty amazing upgrade for those fellas. Speaking of grenades, destroying that buildable cover there. But they are forced to retreat. Commando's on the field, revived the Farseer. He's got his stick bombs. 294 to 486 on the VPs. What's gone over here? Catachans fighting scouts. It's a shotgun battle, is it? Oh, these fellas don't have their shotguns. Tried to chuck their grenade and got shotgun blasted. They're going to try again. They are. I think it should always be the sergeant model that chucks the grenade. That would make sense. Although, it's not exactly easy to pick him out. Anyway. Pushed back on their VP, but I don't seem too threatened. This guy's looking for a stick bomb opportunity. Here we go. Oh, nice, tightly packed. That was pretty damn effective. Wiped out the heavy weapon squad. I guess they stay more tightly packed if you chuck them a shorter distance, perhaps. Less time for them to deviate from their path. Kommando may go down, though. Does go down after that awesome wipe with the stick bombs. Slug is in a bad spot with the heavy bolter on their face. And they had to run. Can the Farseer return the favour of the revive? Oh, the Force Commander's done as well, isn't it? 294 to 486. Assault squad bullying some guardsmen over here. They are quite low, though. Guess the Catachans are back at base, are they? Or they're retreating. Librarian on the field for Night Stalker. Wraith Guard for Malos. Into some more Guardians. Weird Boy for Duds. Ogrins and Stormtroopers for the blue team. Can they hold the line? Lots of VPs to make up right now. Couldn't quite get a model off those Assault Marine fellas. Librarian can smite those blobs of guards when they got plasma guns now, so they'll trade well with Tactical Marines, but Assault Squad getting their faces still in trouble. Here's a revive from the Farseer. Commando's still down for now. There's those War Banner activations. It's called Frazzle. Weird Boy, what's he up to? Oh, Foot of Gork. I thought he was doing his zap, but that was a really long animation for zap. It was the foot. He's also got the warpath there. Farseer gets the revive. Why did that take so long? Maybe she had to fight something in the interim. Got her Spirit Stones though, innit? Level 2. Level 2 Force Commando. Level 3 Kommando. He leveled up just off that heavy weapons squad wipe, I think. Inquisitor trying to revive other Inquisitor. Couldn't quite manage it. Wraith Guard are a big problem for Imperial Guard. Ogrins could maybe help, but they need to come mid to help. You may see Interrogators on with some Ogrins for Space Sorcery, perhaps, to infiltrate. Going to be spotted by the Shooter Boy knob is the problem. There's the Zap. That will jump from unit to unit, dealing damage each time. Big booms. I think it's like 50 psychic damage or something to each model. It's pretty good. More Stormtroopers this time for Space Sorcery. These guys with an anti-armor kit. Melter guns are effective against all targets though. And here are the Ogrins. Don't have their Bonehead leader yet. Sniper Rifle Lord General level 1 with stabilizers for the heal. Grenade there was dodged, was it? Level 2 and level 1 Inquisitors. Big old brawl kicking off. Ogrins, Librarian and Assault Marines. Guardsmen trying to create space to use their plasma guns, but they got messed up there. Really messed up. The Librarian's pretty nasty in combat, actually. 1,000 hit points. Nice power melee weapon. He's got smite, he's got good special attacks, he's got inspiration on kill. He can mix it up, that fella. Farseer in amongst, trying to avoid friendly fire from the Wraith Guard, I guess. Doom on the heavy weapon squad. Can the Wraith Guard finish him? I think they were shooting at someone else, and now they're getting heavy bolted. You can't suppress Wraith Guard, but obviously they're not going to enjoy heavy bolted. Was that another wipe from the stick bombs? Stormtroopers fleeing. I think that's the previous wipe there, but I saw an explosion for sure. More Ogrins, this time for Space Sorcery for the Gork. Didn't quite come down in time to murder those fellas, but it did force them to retreat. There's tier 3 for Panda. And they focus down this weird boy. They're trying. Basic attack into the Gork vomit though, shuts them all down. Oh, Creeping Barrage though. Tried to stay in play with Creeping Barrage, but that stun is brutal. Inquisitor's here. What's she up to? Throws up the shield. Ties up some shooter boys. Stabbing motions. And they run. Hell Fury on retreat path. Kind of retreat path. Didn't... Oh, he got a kill. Those guys just fleet away from the Inquisitor. Map looking very red right now. There's the triple cap. Blue team getting very low on VPs. Leman Russ coming up. Surely double Ogrins can push mid. Although Deathclaw's having to defend the power over here. And we got scouts. No, Assault Marines decapping that wreck point. Red team backing up there. Well, Night Stalker backing up specifically. Here we go. Inquisitor's back to her feet and runs. The other one is fine, I think. Farseer having to fight some Ogrins, gets bludgeoned to death. And now the Eldar all back away because the Ogrins are quite scary. Can they grenade them maybe? Wraith Guard need to flee. Wraith Guard are not good in melee. There's all the grenades. Kills a couple of Ogrins. That was quite nasty. Leman Russ is here with Executioner. Still kicking off in the northwest corner here. Ogrins versus that Librarian and those Assault Marines. Force Commander's down again. Hadachan's getting buffed and going in. Got that power melee, and they scare things off. They get buffed by it. Oh, they were buffed by fire on my target, which isn't super helpful when they're going into melee anyway. 102 to 486. Leman Russ being harassed. Having to back away. Weird Boy was maybe getting some shots on it. Plus his basic attack does plasma cannon damage. Kommando squad on the way for duds. Those guys can get a rocket launcher. Of course, the Kommando Knob can also get a rocket launcher. He's got his shotgun though. He's having fun with it. And the sneaky infiltration kit. Farseer is going to get revived. Can they get to the Force Commander though? Maybe they could sneak in before the Ogrins spot them. On their way to level 2, those fellas. Lord General getting the Sergeant for his retinue. He's like a medic. He can pass out med packs to the Ogrins. Improvised explosive here on the VP. Katachan's decapping fully matured things. The map looking much bluer now. Kommando sneaking around, leveling to 5. Looks like he's going for the Force Command, but we'll see. There's those sneaky Commandos, and they already have their Knob Leader, which has the rocket launcher. Ogrins are on them, though. I guess they just got too close to the Ogrins there. Not sure what else would have spotted them. 93 to 463. That's a hell of a lot of VPs to make up there, Guardsmen. Assault squad onto the Katachans. Librarians here too. And they are getting murdered, and there's those inspirations on kill. They're going to be alright. Back to the mid. Kommando retreats. He may get that rocket launcher up then, eh? I mean, he got behind the Leman Russ there, but couldn't do anything to it. And pleading for VPs. Down to 90. Ogrins on the mid. I think Ogrins should cap slower because they're too dumb or something. Finally, they can take down his Warbanners, eh? Other Ogrins are chasing off the Wraith Guard. There's a D-Cannon, which is going to get set up on immediately by the Ogrins. Knocked over by that one-handed overhand special attack. Gate of Infinity gets it to safety. That might have saved it there. That's quick thinking from Night Stalker. Ogrins are still pressing. Got messed up by the Weird Boy. and now have to run Purgatus from the Inquisitor. Really nicely timed. Big AoE stun with good damage on the outer firing, and you can cancel it to time the outer ring. Another Leman Russ for Super Mega Ultra Panda, and tier 3 for Space Sorcery, the last player to go. 84 to 449 with a 2-to-1 cap. Can they hold on? I thought these guys were becoming Bullgrims for a moment, but they're just hanging out. Big old retinue for the Lord General now. Just missing the Commissar. He's got the Vox Operator in there. There's the Stabilizer's heal. It's not a huge heal, but it helps. I always feel like incoming is just way better. 1.5 for 20 seconds, so it's like a 30 heal. It's quite a big radius, but I feel like incoming is just better. Doesn't incoming also give you knockback immunity as well? Bloody good. Kashyyykin on the way for Deathclaw. Grenade into a smite. That was quite nasty. Catachin's just hanging out, being all infiltrated like. Spotted by the scouts though. This is Leman Russ number 1. Yep. Second one is moving towards the mid. No upgraded gun yet. And that's a repair bunker, I think. Is it? No. It's not a repair bunker. I think it's an unupgraded bunker right now. Assault Terminators in there from Night Stalker. These guys unique to the Force Commander. Instantly get stunned by the Inquisitor. They were going after the Leman Russ with their Thunderhammers. So Inquisitors are very good at dealing with Terminators. And there's 2 of them on the field, so we'll see how she can deal with them. Purgatus stunned them there. They don't like getting stunned, Terminators. We can also see maybe Assail. And we've got double Purgatus from the Inquisitors. Leman Russ is still being set up on. These guys got a Melter Bomb, have they? Perhaps they used it already. I think they're going to get it. Yeah, it was got. Needed to get moving way soon. It was taking like some free hits from the Terminators there. Maybe there were some pathing issues. And there's the Terminators getting gated by the Librarian. Not sure why. It's not really a safer location. But these guys don't have plasma guns anyway. The Melters are bad for the Terminators though. Hammer of the Witches on the Librarian. Can he finish him off? They got pretty damn close. There's the Vox Operator's relay beacon to reinforce this stuff. 556 to 411. Terminators are a big threat. Taking a bunch of damage, and here comes some plasma. Terminators don't like plasma. D-cannon's getting shots though. Librarian, not the Librarian. The Lord General goes for the VP. Catachin's trying to hold off a bunch of Guardians while the Ogryns cap, and the Ogryns did cap. 56 to 408. Inquisitor now has her Inferno Pistol. Another nice tool to have against Terminators because they can't retreat away from the Judgment. You may force them to teleport out. That was a Judgment right there on the Weird Boy. And then she gets shot to death. Okay. Level 3 Inquisitor for Space Sorcery. Triple cap though for the Guard. Look at that. Swept across the map here. Double Guardians, double Commandos for duds. Level is Wraith Guard now, level 2. The D-cannon is off the field, is it? Sure. I only see this fella on the roster. Did he just die? Maybe it died and I didn't spot it. That is a rocket run? It is a rocket run. Wow. Can they wipe the double Commandos? They wiped one of them and very, very nearly wiped the other one. That was a pretty bloody good nuke. Assault Squad jumping in. Disrupting double Guardsmen, and that was pretty effective. Maybe the Scouts can get a cheeky grenade too. Force Commander trying to use Defend to get the cap. And gets it. That was a 2-to-1 for the red team again. Blue team under time pressure, down to 52 VPs. Leman Russ down. There's another one there. Rocks trying to catch this one. I think it was maybe trying to force it forward again, but it managed to get through. Stormblade on the way. Can he hit the field in time even? Still got a lot of VPs to make up. Yeah, Panda's pleading for that VP action. Wraith Guard with those big old Wraith Cannons. Good damage to all targets. Leman Russ trying to take him out. I think they're split up enough there that the Executioner was only hitting one model at a time. Inquisitor goes for the VP. Does she have a mandate? She does have the mandate. going to insist on decapping this. Doesn't seem like she has to use the mandate even. Okay, the D-cannon is back there. Ogryns versus Assault Terminators, or double Ogryns versus Assault Terminators. They had to get out. If they had their claws, that would have been much scarier for the Ogryns. Nob Squad on the way for duds. The Stormblade is going to hit the field, it turns out. Down to 26 VPs, but they have a triple cap again. Really good work on this side from Deathclaw to get on this VP so often, I think. Got Ogryns there, the Lord General's there himself, overseeing things, but look at this. Sneaky Commandos with their fast capping trait on the red team's natural. Sorry, blue team's natural. Purgatus goes off. Was that Purgatus only for the Kommando? Maybe he was trying to hit these Commandos with it as well. Didn't quite reach them though. 26 to 277 on the VPs. They got the decap but not the cap. And Deathclaw is doing his best to fight over this as long as possible. Drag 2 players over here though, look. And now the Inquisitor shows up. Gets a Purgatus on these poor Guardians. And uses it to set up a rocket run. Really nicely done. Are they all going to wipe? Wiped all 3 Guardians with that trick. Who was that? Panda? That was quite nasty, Panda. 26 to 264. And they hold the mid. Level 3 Farseer. All heroes are up. Baneblade on the way, says Panda. Here's the Stormblade with the big plasma blast gun. I can't even turn. Need to turn the entire tank for it. We'll see how it does. Got some Vanguard veterans now for Night Stalker. Getting their 4th member. Nob Squad is up and out, and they've got their hammers. They're pretty huge, and they're going to be a great tool to have against the super heavy tanks because they're quite lumbering. They can get onto rear armor. Infiltrated by the Kommando Nob. These Nob Squad fellas would hide the boys. Ogryns could maybe help against them with disruption. Here we go. Pop, use your red. There it is. The knockback gets rid of them. Inquisitors would also be really good against the Nob Squads. Try and force them to retreat. There's those Assault Terminators though. They're nice and healthy now. 23 to 236. Can the blue team get back onto VPs? Here we go, maybe. Over here. Using move now with the shotguns to speed their way to this VP. And guardsmen are on it. Looks like they're going to get a decap at least. Fierce fighting in the mid. Purgatus went off. Leman Russ is insanely low, being chased down by Wraithguard. There's the Purgatus again. I guess they're both in here, are they, the Inquisitors? Yeah, they are. Assault Terminators are trying to take her out, I think. Yeah, she's causing a lot of problems for them. And she leaps. Vanguard veterans were also in this. Nasty little combo with Assault Terminators and Vanguard veterans, and then you throw in the Nob Squad, potentially. An Eldritch Storm went off to get rid of Deathclaw. And he's indeed running. Got the VP, though, over there. 2 to 1 for blue. Down to 11 VPs. Can they hold on? Where's the Stormblade? Has it done anything? Is it really just looking after this? I guess they are down to 11 VPs. Baneblade goes for the mid. Bunch of fire, maybe a Hell Fury over there. Assault Terminator's busy capping. Don't see them capping very often. Usually they're very combat focused. Another super heavy tank. They're going to have all 3 variants. Here's a Stormlord now. Can reinforce off this thing. And it's pretty damn effective against infantry, especially heavier infantry, with that big Mega Bolter cannon, which is Vulcan Mega Bolter, which is like a Inferno PvP damage. 100 DPS. Seer Council now for Malos. And a Psycho on the way for Panda. 11 to 216 is Ethereal Wave, or whatever it's called. Useful against these melee guys. There's the Purgatus to stun the Terminators, and there, right on cue, is the Stormlord to just pour DPS onto them. They have to back the hell off. A tank there for Night Stalker. The Monitor Cannon gets a good shot on those Orks. Inquisitors all here alone. And the Nob Squad is now going to bludgeon her. Oh, throws up the mandate. Not going to last forever though. 2-1 cap steal for the blue team. Can they hold on the mid? Seer Council coming in. Don't have their heavy melee spears, they still pressure the Stormlord a bit. Inquisitor runs top of your screen. I think she's okay. Yep, she gets away. Now the Nob Squad can collapse in on the rear armor of this Baneblade. It's really bad news for the Baneblade. Yeah, maybe you can mess with the pathing by keeping this Baneblade moving. Yeah, telekinetic dome. Does it affect vehicles? Well, this guy certainly seems to think so. I thought it was infantry only, but maybe not. It provides some damage resistance and some melee buffs. Okay, Nob Squad are dealt with. And the Guard hold the mid. They're holding the line. And look at this again from Deathclaw. Tried to get a decap, but the Vanguard veterans were just tearing up those 4 guardsmen. There's another jump. Grenade was in there too. Might have done some friendly fire with it. Stormtroopers now looking for a cheeky decap, I think. Inquisitor down in the mid. That is Space Sorcery. The Stormblade is still, yeah, sitting back here. With some Catachans. Do they need that thing in the mid? I mean, these guys are doing pretty well, these 2 tanks here. Guardsman trying to cap it. Wraith Guard looking for shots. Going for the Stormlord. And a Rock's dropped in. Kommando got vision there. Bullgrin's on the field, popping use your shield to suppress things. Can't suppress the Terminators, but it is suppressing that Seer Council and stuff. And those missile launcher attacks are getting suppressed. Can they deal with the Stormlord? It's getting awfully low. That's Cannon Pred's getting shots, big shots, and it's more Wraith Guard now. Down it goes. Bullgrin's trying to cap. Double. Triple cap for the blue team again. Cheeky Stormtroopers over there got it, look. There's Telekinetic Dome again. And a Hell Fury dropped in also. And an Eldritch Storm from Malos. Space Sorcery down to 2 units. Takes down the bunker. And down goes the Baneblade. Hell Fury dropped on the VP. Scout trying to tough it out. Wraith Guard be running. Oh, only one of the Scout models is in there. I think it's the Sergeant though, so it's damaging all the other models. Because he's a die last leader. He's survived it. One of the other fellas did not survive it. 11 to 83. 1-1 cap. Stormtroopers called in by Panda. They come in infiltrated. Look at this guy. Making out with 11 hit points. And these fellas are on this. They're not meant to do it. Stormtroopers on the central VP. And they couldn't quite get the decap. They were like half a second away from a decap there. The Stormblade's still waiting on this VP here. Have the blue... Was that a gut punch to the blue team? Can they recover now? Ogren's doing their thing. There's Doom on them. Did force the Vanguard veterans away. I think they're going to tough out a decap at least. Down to 5 VPs. The Guard team. GG says Panda. Looks like they think it's over. They're now getting power bashed by the Orks. Here comes some more Ogrins for Space Sorcery. Panda does have a Baneblade on the way. Oh, cancelled, went for Cash again. I don't know if they have time for this sort of thing. You know, surviving. Very determined power bash here from Duds. Power bashing does give you XP, of course, so always worth doing. One cap, 5 VP still. These guys are grabbing the mid though. Looks like it is going to be GG. Should the Stormblade have gone mid? Well, yes. In hindsight, yes, because it was lost the mid. Maybe it could have made a difference, maybe not. Red team had a lot of tools to deal with those big old tanks, I guess. And there it is. A valiant effort from the Guard, and they got them down under 100 VPs. But couldn't quite hold on. Level 7 Lord General, great work by Deathclaw on that northern VP. Level 4 Inquisitor for Space Sorcery. Panda was level 8, had some great plays, wiping those triple guardians and stuff. I'm sure he did other cool things as well. Force Commander level 5 with a Power Fist. Level 4 Farseer. Did have Armor of Fortune at the end. And a level 10 Kommando. Doing all sorts of Kommando shenanigans. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see ya next time.